In 2020, Power the Fight published the Therapeutic Intervention for Peace tip report that outlined key recommendations for a culturally sensitive, holistic response to violence affecting young people. At Power the Fight, we define cultural sensitivity as a lifelong process of self-reflection, self-critique, and commitment to understand and respect different points of view by engaging humbly, authentically, and from a place of learning. Since the tip report, Power the Fight has been co-developing and delivering on the recommendations of our research in practice, working in partnerships with education and health services. Research and evaluation is at the center of this approach, and the findings and learning from practice are published in our annual tip reports. Through learning and reflection, we have developed our theory of change. This pragmatically details the process through which we impact change on individuals, groups, and systems in order to achieve long-term change. Our research has identified 3 key underlying problems that our work takes action on. Firstly, cycles of trauma and violence are uninterrupted because services cannot meet complex and urgent needs. Secondly, the intergenerational impact of institutional racism and systemic inequality has resulted in exclusionary or inaccessible services and resources. Thirdly, the communities with greatest knowledge and understanding of problems and needs are excluded from decision and policy influence. Our theory of change has clearly defined inputs. These are the resources and skills we know we need in order to deliver effective activities. This includes sustainable funding, trusted partnerships, embedded community connections, as well as cultural, academic, and clinical knowledge. These inputs allow and enable us to deliver activities as our outputs. Our outputs include therapeutic interventions in group settings or one-to-ones, training and consultancy, as well as community advocacy and focus groups with parents and families. Through these outputs, we achieve our outcomes. We have seen evidence that our work increases understanding of cultural sensitivity within institutions, empowers partners to achieve systemic change, and advocates for communities in policy reform. Partnerships have prevented school exclusions, enabled dynamic care plans between school and home, increased well-being amongst young people, and supported referrals to external agencies and resources. All our processes, from inputs through to outcomes, are underpinned by our organizational principles of care, co-production, learning and reflection, cultural sensitivity, and trauma-informed principles. Through this theory of change, we can enact change that increases the peace in communities. We continue to reflect and learn so that we can achieve our strategic aims to ensure 1. Services for young people, families, and the wider community are culturally sensitive and inclusive. 2. No family or young person impacted by violence affecting young people feels alone. 3. The voices of communities impacted by violence affecting young people are at the center of policy and program change. If you would like to know more about the work Power the Fight does and how you can support this change, head to www.powerthefight.org.uk.